Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. A story dealing with love. An exciting and mysterious quality, as of a heroic time or adventure. A relationship between two lovers. Make amorous advances towards. Relating to languages derived from Latin. The group of languages derived from Latin. A novel dealing with idealized events remote from everyday life. Have a love affair with. Tell romantic or exaggerated lies. This author romanced his trip to an exotic country. A swimming stroke in which the arms are thrown forward together out of the water while the feet kick up and down. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Cut and spread open, as in preparation for cooking. Diurnal insect typically having a slender body with knobbed antennae and broad colorful wings. Flutter like a butterfly. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. The guys always try to chat up the new secretaries. Talk to someone with the aim of persuading him. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Consider not very seriously. Waste time. Get busy, don't dally. Behave carelessly or indifferently. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. My husband never flirts with other women. Behave carelessly or indifferently. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Playful behavior intended to arouse sexual interest. To compress with violence, out of natural shape or condition. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Reduce to small pieces or particles by pounding or abrading. Mash the garlic. A mixture of mashed malt grains and hot water, used in brewing. Mixture of ground animal feeds. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Have amorous affairs, of men. A story dealing with love. An exciting and mysterious quality, as of a heroic time or adventure. A movement in literature and art during the late 18th and early 19th centuries that celebrated nature rather than civilization. Impractical romantic ideals and attitudes. A relationship between two lovers. Australian woman tennis player who won many major championships, born in 1947. Seek someone's favor. A room in which a law court sits. Television cameras were admitted in the courtroom. An area wholly or partly surrounded by walls or buildings. The house was built around an inner court. A tribunal that is presided over by a magistrate or by one or more judges who administer justice according to the laws. The sovereign and his advisors who are the governing power of a state. Respectful deference. Pay court to the emperor. A hotel for motorists, provides direct access from rooms to parking area. Make amorous advances towards. John is courting Mary. The family and retinue of a sovereign or prince. An assembly, including one or more judges, to conduct judicial business. A specially marked horizontal area within which a game is played. Players had to reserve a court in advance. Engage in social activities leading to marriage. We were courting for over 10 years. The residence of a sovereign or nobleman. The king will visit the duke's court. Make a solicitation or entreaty for something. Request urgently or persistently. Henry IV solicited the Pope for a divorce. Approach with an offer of sexual favors. He was solicited by a prostitute. Make amorous advances towards. Incite, move, or persuade to some act of lawlessness or insubordination. He was accused of soliciting his colleagues to destroy the documents. Make a solicitation or petition for something desired. She is too shy to solicit. Seek someone's favor. China is wooing Russia. Make amorous advances towards. Relating to languages derived from Latin. An inhabitant of ancient Latium. Any dialect of the language of ancient Rome. A person who is a member of those peoples whose languages derived from Latin. Of or relating to the ancient Latins or the Latin language. Relating to people or countries speaking Romance languages. Of or relating to the ancient region of Latium. The group of languages derived from Latin. The group of languages derived from Latin. Exchange thoughts. Talk with. We often talk business. Use language. The baby talks already. An exchange of ideas via conversation. Let's have more work and less talk around here. Express in speech. She talks a lot of nonsense. Deliver a lecture or talk. She will talk at Rutgers next week. Reveal information. If you don't oblige me, I'll talk. A speech that is open to the public. Idle gossip or rumor. There has been talk about you lately. Divulge confidential information or secrets. Be careful, his secretary talks. Discussion. Talk about as a less formal alternative for discussion of. His poetry contains much talk about love and anger. The act of giving a talk to an audience. I attended an interesting talk on local history. Exchange thoughts. Talk with. Use language. The prisoner won't speak. Give a speech to. Express in speech. Make a characteristic or natural sound. A record or narrative description of past events. A history of France. A trivial lie. A short account of the news. The story was on the 11 o'clock news. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. A message that tells the particulars of an act or occurrence or course of events, presented in writing or drama or cinema or as a radio or television program. A piece of fiction that narrates a chain of related events. Music. the distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. A degree or grade of excellence or worth. The quality of students has risen. A characteristic property that defines the apparent individual nature of something. Each town has a quality all its own. Of superior grade. Quality paper. An essential and distinguishing attribute of something or someone. The quality of mercy is not strained. High social status. A man of quality. Of high social status. People of quality. Anthropology, relatedness or connection by blood or marriage or adoption. A relation between people. Relationship is often used where relation would serve, as in, the relationship between inflation and unemployment, but the preferred usage of relationship is for human relations or states of relatedness. The relationship between mothers and their children. A state involving mutual dealings between people or parties or countries. A state of connectedness between people, especially an emotional connection. He didn't want his wife to know of the relationship. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Original and of a kind not seen before. The computer produced a completely novel proof of a well-known theorem. Pleasantly new or different. An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. A printed and bound book that is an extended work of fiction. His bookcases were filled with nothing but novels. Sexual activities, often including sexual intercourse between two people. His lovemaking disgusted her. Any object of warm affection or devotion. The theater was her first love. A beloved person, used as terms of endearment. Get pleasure from. I love cooking. Have sexual intercourse with. A deep feeling of sexual desire and attraction. Their love left them indifferent to their surroundings. A score of 0 in tennis or squash. It was 40 love. A strong positive emotion of regard and affection. His love for his work. Be enamored or in love with. She loves her husband deeply. Have a great affection or liking for. I love French food. Assume a reclining position. Lie down on the bed until you feel better. Originate, in. A statement that deviates from or perverts the truth. Have a place in relation to something else. The fate of Bosnia lies in the hands of the West. Norwegian diplomat who was the first Secretary General of the United Nations, 1896 to 1968. Be and remain in a particular state or condition. Lie dormant. Be located or situated somewhere. Occupy a certain position. Be lying, be prostrate, be in a horizontal position. Position or manner in which something is situated. Tell an untruth. Pretend with intent to deceive. Don't lie to your parents. Spend wastefully. Wanton one's money away. Become extravagant. Indulge oneself luxuriously. Waste time. Spend one's time idly or inefficiently. Occurring without motivation or provocation. Casual and unrestrained in sexual behavior. Wanton behavior. Behave extremely cruelly and brutally. Engage in amorous play. Indulge in a carefree or voluptuous way of life. Lewd or lascivious woman. Provide, A shoe, with a new vamp. Revamp my old boots. Piece. Something old, with a new part. Vamp up an old speech. Make up. Vamp up an excuse for not attending the meeting. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Act seductively with someone. An improvised musical accompaniment. Piece of leather forming the front part of the upper of a shoe. A dreamy romantic or sentimental quality.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.